All right, welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your master of martial arts, and the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today, we're going to be doing something a little special, much like yesterday, except not quite. We are going to be reviewing the first half of the 1977 epic movie, The Brave Archer, also known as Kung Fu Warlords. This is because it's based on a book, and of course, it's got 8,000 characters in it. That might be a slight exaggeration. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment. Comment? Leave me a comment, not a comment. If you have a comment, though, I'll take it. Have you seen these movies? There's three in a trilogy, but there's two extra ones that are considered unofficial sequels. So does that make it a quintology? I really hate people having to put all of them into one group. I've seen maybe three of them, not in order, but I have seen this one before, and I remembered more of it. It is the one of the longer. It is the longest movie, but the origin story, if you will. So just leave, if you've watched this far, bless you, and if you could just watch a little longer, I'm sure you'll quite enjoy it, and I'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. All right, are you ready? Let's roll. So this is indeed based on a series of books, novel, The Legend of the Condor Heroes. Hence the reason we see that there, by Louis Cha. That was originally published from 1950, serialized from 1957 to 1959. And knowing the source material would really help you here. Now, I did look to see if we could find anything from Kung Fu Warlords, and I could not. So I don't know if it was edited or not here, but that's moo at this point in time. So we do start out with some narration about fathers of heroes. Go, these are, yeah, so they're good friends. They meet this monk, or he's a Taoist, Quanjian Taoist, and he names the boys, who are known as Gao Jing and Yang Kong. And Gao Jing is the main hero because that's Alexander Fusheng, or Fusheng as we would know him. There's their mothers who just exchange swords, and then the bad guys show up. These are the let's see, Imperial soldiers, and they kill the fathers because the Taoist has killed somebody else because he's a bad man. And it's a little blood here. This is not nearly as gory as as a normal Changcha movie. However, there's a lot of them. So they fight, more fights. The Weird Seven show up and they attack the Taoist, but they don't realize we're on the same side. The Weird Seven, and so now they have to decide who has to say they're sorry, and that'll be the two boys. He'll raise one, and they'll raise the other one. They'll meet at the Drunken Fairy restaurant at Kahing. So I did leave the subtitles in just because it helps, because I can't remember all their names. It has got the cast is astounding, really. Um, Overall, we'll see the cast here. There's Fu Sheng as the Go Jing. Um, that's Eastern Evil Master. Yeah, so and she is adorable. She's just really quite a good actress. I was quite taken with her. Chen Yu, Helen Yu, Wang Lang Wei. That's Ma Fu Yi. Oh. Although he's much nicer here. So and he's really good in, of course, the Martial Club. And Li Shu Shen, and let's see, also known as Danny Lee, plays Ong Ah Young Huk, but we also know him as Raymar Inframan. Ti Lung, and Ku Feng, Kui Cho, who's a Venom, obviously he's right before he becomes part of the Venom mob. So yeah, Iron Feet. That's the guy we just saw. The men, so there are women in here. So this is highly unusual for a Chung Che movie, really. Uh, there's Kara Hui, who is proving that doesn't need to be in a Lau Kar Lung movie to do martial arts, and I like her quite a bit too in here because there's some comedy, but not a lot. It's just the right amount. So there we go. They've now one of the boys has grown up, and they're all lamenting that he has a slow mind. He's just average, I guess, but he's really nice. They're teaching him. There's our fighting instructors, the music, and our director, of course, Chung Che. There's Skulls, master of dark arts. There he is, because he can puncture skulls with his fingers. So he's got some kind of iron skin technique going on too. Perhaps he's a toad or a frog. There you go, Frog. You got a shout out, Agent Frog. And Gao Jing accidentally kills him by stabbing him in his weak section. No, I won't die. Plunk, but he died. And he didn't even mean to. Jiao Yin, Jiao means claw. Literally, Fu Jiao is a tiger claw. Long Jiao is a dragon's claw. That's a tiger claw right there. So that's his wife. They intervened. They still blinded him. But so Iron Corpse, Iron Corpse, Mei Chao Feng won't let it go. So off they go. There's a secret scroll, naturally, on his chest. But they got to bury him. And I couldn't resist. It's not a British movie or a show, but superior, full of vengeance she is. So she peels it off him, the tattoo, so she can, the Juyin Sutra. And a fight begins. She gets blinded, and off she goes. So she can't see now. He goes into an inn because he's hungry, and he meets a beggar girl, and a dirty little scruffy beggar boy. Actually, he thinks it's a beggar boy, and he invites and Jing invites him to eat with him. So he orders all that food. He's like, "You're going to pay for it, right?" And Jing says, "Yeah, I'll pay for it, but look at all that. That's a lot of food." And Wang Rong is her name. Wang Rong. Why isn't her father looking for me? His father. But you can kind of tell but see, she's, Jing treats treats him with kindness. Off he goes. Marriage by duel. And defeat my daughter wins her. So this prince shows up and is stronger than her and beats her. He doesn't want her, but he wants her shoe and he sniffs it a lot. I think his name is Quentin Tarantino, maybe. Maybe that's where he got, because he stole all his ideas from other movies. Why not this one? So now they get all of. So this is his brother, his sword brother, grown up now, but they don't know it because they're dinks. And they have a fight, and Jing is just can't win. What's to fear? But it's a good fight. There's a lot of fights in here, so it helps the 2 hour runtime. 2 hours it runs. Wikipedia says 127 minutes. Here it ran 102. This is the English dub that I listened to with the subtitles on. Was released July 30th, 1977. And I would assume it was a big hit. There's Mom, so Mu Yi, and Nancy, right? And so she knows how to fight, but. And then Rong says, "I'll fight for you." Xia Tin, the Hell God. Taoist Wang, or Wong, probably. One strike. So they have a strike and they can't beat each other. So now he tells him Gao is his fake name. And, so I'm telling him telling his daughter the story that that's really her brother or her adopted. She's adopted. They think Wronger is evil, and really getting to bed. Brother Wong, and now we find out Wrong's a girl. Wronger. What is? She's just adorable though. This says Ouyang is her name here. So I'm assuming this is dubbed in Mandarin language. You don't really get Cantonese anymore. So he gives her dumplings that were smashed. So she's in love with him already. And they do the whole slow motion running together. And she's adorable. So he's got the two, the father, the fake name father, and his adopted daughter. And now she realizes who they are. But they say the boy is evil. And he kind of is. So he's milking a snake, feeding it so he can drink its blood. Guess what happens? Now, this reminds me of either Battle Wizard or Holy Flame of the Martial World. I think Holy Flame of the Martial World. I thought I'd reviewed Battle Wizard, but apparently I have not, so we'll get to that. It's a fantasy as well. This one has, elements of fantasy in it, but it's mostly just about these people wanting to rule the martial world. I have the world conquered by now. Oh, and we're going to pause right now for a brief public service announcement, but not with guitar.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
So yes, they want to conquer the world. Not just the martial world, but the whole world. So Ronger shows up there, bullying a child. And they have a battle of who spills the tea first. And guess who wins? And meanwhile, Jing is fighting with the snake, gets bit, he bites it back, drinks its blood, so there he gets more power. Because he's slow, he rescues the father and the daughter and tells them his name, and off they go. So you lost, I'm leaving. And then this guy shows up. Maybe that's the brother. He's not as evil. So, and K from, I don't know. He makes a circle, whoever steps out is the loser. This guy figures out he drank a snake's blood. There's the circle. So they have a bit of a fight, and she just steps out. Or he'll lose. She's got soft tail. And they're reunited. And because he's got the sword. There's the little sword. That's the spear and the sword. And says, come and greet your father. And he's like, And of course, there is the iron robe. And they have a fight. She says, lead me out. She doesn't know who he is, but Yang Kong. So, Li Chao Feng. And good, you still remember her father. So there's who is like super powerful. Uh-oh. Yeah. So off they go. She has to let him go because that was Chi. There you go. The wife's been injured, so he's carrying her away. They explain what happens is this kung fu so good. Everybody shows up here, and they try to have a reunion, but he's not having it. More fights show up, and he says, I can't handle it, and he kills himself. And I don't know. I think she did too. Now they're the Weird Six because the other corpse guy killed him. Another fight breaks out. She's really good with her facial. I mean, she's a good actress, and they have good chemistry together. It does sound like your masters are here because they are. Retreat, run away, run away. Hold yourself. He's killed himself. I think she kills herself too. Friends, and they still think that Ronger is evil, and her father is. So off they run. They're like, okay. Oh, then that's where we end. Let's go back and see my masters because that was an hour and 5 minutes in. And the second half will go by faster than this just because it's a lot of more fights. But I just wanted to not have, a 30, 40-minute episode here. So we're going to pause here for not station identification, but for a few messages from our sponsors.
Out of the polluted waters it came, to become the most fearful menace that ever threatened mankind. Feeding, growing ever more deadly on smog. Only one force dared stand up to its overpowering evil.
Godzilla!
Godzilla versus the smog monster.
More than 1,600 dead have been reported.
while other casualties are expected to exceed 30,000. Can Godzilla save the Earth from this mastodon of destruction? Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. Rated G.
And as you might have guessed, we are going to be reviewing Godzilla versus the Smog Monster simply because Sven is airing King Kong versus Godzilla tonight. We've already done that one, so we're just going in order of the Showa series. We've only got, let's see, Gigan, Megalon, and 4 left from the original series. I said Showa, bite my tongue. But that'll be tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. I had to whittle down all those pictures. Probably should be a 2-parter, but I think we can get it done quicker than that because everyone who's been watching this knows the story. I have an idea of how I'm approaching it. Anyway, if you've watched this long, bless you. Really appreciate it. And until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
Out of the polluted waters it came, to become the most fearful menace that ever threatened mankind. Feeding, growing ever more deadly on smog, only one force dared stand up to its overpowering evil.
Godzilla!
Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. Will Godzilla, man's friend, be vanquished?
More than 1,600 dead have been reported, while other casualties are expected to exceed 30,000. The main storage tank of the Japan Oil Company has exploded.
Nothing man can do can stop the Smog Monster. Can Godzilla save the Earth from this mastodon of destruction?